So now I've got all of these vertical shapes painted, and it's starting to really come together. The glow is really coming together. As I painted these, I've just really tried to keep in mind as I want it, as they come closer to the sun area here, they're going to be warmer and lighter. And as they move away, they're going to be cooler and darker. And within each shape, it's going to gradate from warm to cool and from light to dark. And then I've just arbitrarily chosen colors to try and get pleasing arrangements, and also to try and make sure that each color that I've used appears somewhere in each kind of quadrant of the painting. That's going to help the unity. And then I've also had in mind that I want down here the background to be maybe darker than the birches, so that they'll transition from being a light against dark to dark against light. And that's been my main thought process here. Now it's decision time again. I basically just have two elements left to do. I have to do these shapes that are kind of indicative of leaves falling down, and then I have to do the background hill. So I have to decide which one I'm going to do first. And there's no kind of 100% right or wrong, but I think I'm going to do the leaves first. And then I have to decide what color I'm going to do them in. And I've kind of had in my mind all along, I really like the deep, luscious reds. And so I think I'm going to do them in reds, again, having them more kind of in the bright, intense, light cadmium reds, and maybe even oranges and yellows as we get close to the sun. And these deeper reds like a cadmium medium or cadmium dark or even a magenta as we get away from the sun. And then once I've done that, then I'll start assessing what colors I'm going to put in the background. I also think I'm going to do these leaves, mixed a bunch of these colors and put some impasto medium in them so that I can put it on really thick, and I want them also to kind of jump out texturally. So that's the next step, and I'll come back maybe when I've got a bunch of the leaves done and just talk about how that's going, and then we'll come back and when all the leaves are done. So yeah, let me get back to work. Well, I've done a few of the leaves. As you can see, they're not all red. This reminds me of, there's a saying in the military that few plans survive first contact with the enemy. It's kind of like that when you're working in process mode. Few plans survive the actual execution of the painting. And I did this leaf here first initially, just in reds. And the problem was those pure colors just really disrupted the unity of the rest of the painting, and doing them all the same color didn't work. So then I played around in here for a while, so I decided that what I figured I needed to do is to use the same sort of colors that have been used throughout in the tree shapes. And within each grouping of these little triangles have similar colors. So they're kind of greens, or they're reds and oranges, or they're kind of browns and orangey browns, or yellows. And so for each leaf, I have to really think, each leaf that I do, when I put this green in here, for example, that really changes how everything else looks on the painting. So there's a lot of kind of sitting back looking, kind of doing them kind of one leaf shape at a time. And again, it's kind of like, what color is this going to be, or this or this? I have no idea. I have to just kind of feel my way one shape at a time. And if I paint a color in here that I don't like, I can wipe it off and start again. So this is kind of, again, it's that slow, organic process of just gradually, though, getting to finish. But once again, this is exciting because I had no idea that all these leaves were going to be different colors. So I'll get back to painting these, and when we've got all the leaves done, I'll come back and then we'll talk about what I'm going to do down in this area here. Okay, we finished all of the leaf type shapes, and as you can see, they ended up being a variety of colors. But what I did do is I tried to relate them to the colors that appeared in the trees, and I'm actually really happy with how it's looking. And now it's just filling in this bottom area here with all of these shapes. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to want these shapes, the colors, to be dark, fairly dark and cool, and then as we move towards the sun, get slightly lighter and warmer, but they're still going to be a little darker, oh no, maybe a little lighter than the foreground trees as we get into here. And that will really, really pull out that glow. So I'll just continue to work away on that, and the next time we come back, we should see the finished painting.